All right, you guys, we are back. It's your boy Q. And up next, we have how J. Cole's idol became his enemy. Already know, referencing Ye. And it's crazy, man. Everything changed that one night where he apologized for the beef and bowed out. And weeks later, it probably seemed like he did it for the best. Yeah, maybe it was like the smartest thing in the end for him because of how Kendrick was moving. Dude, he was, it was no holds barred. Definitely, like, it got super personal. But yeah, we're gonna jump right into the video. How J. Cole's idol became his enemy.
Recently, J. Cole has seemingly become the punching bag of the hip-hop community. From Kendrick chirping Cole and Drake about them kissing and hugging on stage, to Kanye making a few jokes at Cole's expense as well. But Kanye's issues with Cole are a bit deeper. They have been going on for a while now, and the two of them have had some sort of beef over the last 8 years. So today we are going to be looking into how
J. Cole's definitely throwing his subs throughout the years, you know?
Kanye went from one of J. Cole's idols to his enemy. Also, my name is Matty B, and if you like music related topics like this one, feel free to stick around and subscribe down below, as I will be releasing a new video every single Sunday at 12 p.m. CST this year. Now let's get into it. Throughout J. Cole's entire career, he has mentioned many different artists as influences, including people like Tupac, Jay-Z, Nas, Eminem, Andre 3K, and many more. But he has never directly mentioned Kanye as an influence. However, he has done plenty of things that signified his respect for Kanye.
Just like the sound of his music, the sample base, like at least with his own production, you know? You could definitely see like the influences.
When Cole came out with his debut mixtape, The Come Up, in 2007, he rapped over Kanye beats on 4 tracks.
Oh, yeah.
Again, on his
Plan.
second mixtape, The Warm Up, in 2009, he had 3 more Kanye beats that he rapped over. Last Call was a straight-up interpolation of Kanye's Last Call on The College Dropout. And on the song Dollar in a Dream 2, he borrowed a line from Ye. That same year, J. Cole signed to Jay-Z's label Roc Nation, and featured on Jay-Z's album The Blueprint 3, on the song A Star Is Born, which was produced by Kanye. Cole told Complex, "I get a call from Mark Pitts and he's like, yo, Jay just hit me. He said he got something big for you. He got this Kanye track, something about A Star Is Born, some shit about a star." Then in 2010,
how eloquent.
when Kanye was dropping Good Fridays, Cole was featured on the song Looking for Trouble, alongside Pusha T, Sci-Hi, and Big Sean. People liked this song a lot, and thought that J. Cole had one of the better verses. He even included it as a bonus track on his mixtape Friday Night Lights. J. Cole also did some more Kanye references or shoutouts in 2010, like on the song Still the Hottest by Young Chris.
Dang, Young Chris. God, that's a throwback. You do not hear that name anymore.
Around this time, after all the Kanye beats he rapped on and all the Kanye references, some people began drawing comparisons between the two and their rises to success. J. Cole said, "If it feels like that, then that's great. I would love to."
Yeah, it was the college dropout, but you definitely had a more educated. It was different, especially when everything was so gangster. Everything was, you know, that was mainstream rap. These people came and they were embraced because I feel like a lot of people could relate to them, you know? I can definitely see the influences.
To be as successful as he has been, putting out hits and making hits consistently that still represent him. All his hits, you would never look at him like, oh, why you make that? It all felt like Kanye West, which is dope. On top of that, he admitted how much of a fan he was of Kanye, saying, "I'm such a Kanye West fan. I would love to work with him on a major scale. Not just a song here or there. I would love to do something extraordinary with him. But I feel like I gotta step my game up and kind of earn my spot before I can worry about that." J. Cole even moved up the release date for his album Born Sinner so that it would compete with Kanye's album Yeezus, saying, "Kanye is one of the greatest artists of our generation, which is exactly why I'm moving my release date up." On the song Forbidden Fruit, J. Cole said, "When I say I'm the greatest, I ain't talking about later. I'ma drop the album same day as Kanye, just to show the boys the man now like Kanye. And I mean no disrespect, I praise legends." What's crazier is that J. Cole actually outsold.
Honestly, sometimes it's a smart move because, like, at the end of the day, people are coming, yo, the hype is around Kanye's album. Once they finish that album, they're going to be on the lookout for new music. Honestly, around this time, probably a little harder. Seems like it's the beginning of the streaming era. Sometimes, like, they'll purposely do that and release it same day just so they can kind of ride off the hype, too, of, like, the bigger project. Not always do they, like, move it out of just fear.
Told Kanye, not in the first week, but in weeks after. If we fast forward to 2015, Kanye and Cole even worked on a track together called MPA by Pusha T. So clearly, at least for a while now, J. Cole was a fan of Kanye and the two seemed to get along pretty well. But then something went wrong between the two artists. In December of
that's
2016,
the first
J.
one.
Cole released the song False Prophets, a song in which he talked about Kanye. The entire first verse was about him, detailing J. Cole's problems with him. He said, "Life is a balance. You lose your grip, you can slip into an abyss. No doubt you see these people tripping. Ego in charge of every move, he's a star. And we can't look away due to the days that he caught our hearts. He's fallen apart, but we deny it. Justifying the half-assed stuff he dropped, we always buy it. When he tell us he a genius, but it's..."
Yeah, for anyone that's gonna say it's not aimed at Ye, is not. I don't want to say they're delusional, but bro, it almost like paint by the numbers, like who he's describing.
Clear lately, it's been hard for him to look into the mirror lately. There was a time when this person was my hero. Maybe. That's the reason why his fall from grace is hard to take. Cause I believed him when he said his stuff was pure, and he the type of person swear he real, but all around him's fake. The women, the dick riders, you know, the yes men. Nobody with the balls to say something to contest him. So he grows out of control, into the person that he truly was all along. It's starting to show. Damn, wonder what happened. Maybe it's my fault for idolizing people, based off the words they be rapping. But come to find out, these people don't even write their shit. Here's some new style bubbling up, then they bite this shit. Damn, that's what I get for lying to myself. Well, forget it. What's important is he's crying out for help. While the world's egging him on, I'm begging him to stop it. Playing his old shit knowing he won't top it. False prophets.
Golly.
Many believe that this verse was referring to Kanye, which J. Cole did later confirm.
I'm first of all just a fan. That's really all I am. I don't know you. You know what I mean? I'm just like
compared to how they are now.
a dude that was a fan back in the days. And when I'm writing False Prophets, which that song wasn't about him. There's one verse that applies to him for sure. But if you listen to that song is about
what by Jesus too.
is exposing.
J. Cole went on to talk about worshiping celebrities and how it's bad for you, using Kanye as an example because it seemed like Kanye let J. Cole down. False Prophets was released at the end of 2016, a year that was quite crazy for Kanye. He was slamming Nike, beefing with Wiz Khalifa, reigniting his issues with Taylor Swift, supporting Trump for president, and had a bunch of other controversial stuff go down. But many people speculated that the catalyst for J. Cole's song is when Kanye ranted about Jay-Z at a concert and shortly after was put on psychiatric hold. All of these controversies had people feeling iffy on Kanye, and clearly Cole seemed to fall into that category, which is why he wrote the first verse on False Prophets. At least that's what people think. Cole himself has claimed that the song had already been written since January of 2016, which is definitely possible, although a lot of those lines seem to fit a little bit too well. Regardless, this is what sparked this strange tension between the two artists. A couple of years later in 2018, Kanye spoke on J. Cole saying he felt like J. Cole was always dissing him, at least according to Charlemagne.
Yesterday when I was talking to Ye, we had a conversation about J. Cole. He said he feels like J. Cole. Remember J. Cole put out the False Prophets record?
Yes.
And he said that he feels like J. Cole's always dissing him in records.
Both throwing shots at
Ye? Yeah, and he named another line. What was the other line? Something from reality shows.
Yeah.
He was like, who else out here in love with people from reality shows like me? Yeah. So that was just an interesting thing. And he didn't say it in a malice way at all. He was,
Nah, he's constantly taking shots and he's like aware of it.
Laughing about it.
So while it may not have been beef, there was definitely something going on. There was even a leaked version of Pusha T's song What Would Meek Do off of Daytona, where Kanye had a feature and had a line referencing his issue with J. Cole. He said, "You heard Cole on that song he was trying to hate. I am out of touch, I cannot relate." It wasn't really a diss, but again, you could tell there was some tension. However, shortly after that went down, Kanye tweeted a picture of a phone call he had with J. Cole saying, "We got love." After this happened, J. Cole did an interview with Angie Martinez in which he talked about how he felt after Kanye posted their phone call.
Did you make the call or he made the call?
Nah, he called me, but I would have never posted that or like tell him.
It's a personal,
you know what I mean? I didn't.
Private conversation amongst two men.
Because it's private, right? It's like.
It just made me. He apologized for the record. It's not like I'm just saying this.
Right.
But then I told him like it felt like you just used
clout.
My name in that very quick conversation for social media and for like to keep your thing going, whatever you were doing, you know what I mean? And like, it just felt like it wasn't sincere because of that.
He also talked about what he thought Kanye's mindset was, which to be honest, probably upset Kanye.
And it just so happens this time he sampled the wrong shit because he thought that I can make this resonate. But I'm gonna sample this and this is gonna get me, ultimately the end goal is so I can be more powerful and viewed as boom, boom, boom. I'm not comfortable unless I sit in that seat.
I feel like if I heard someone talking about me like this, even if it was true, I might feel some type of way about it, and I can almost guarantee you Kanye did too. A little after this, J. Cole released his song Middle Child in early 2019, with some lines that fans assumed were aimed at Kanye. Cole said, "I never beef with someone for nothing. If I smoke a rapper, it's gonna be legit. It won't be for clout, it won't be for fame. It won't be because my stuff ain't selling the same. It won't be to sell you my latest little sneakers. It won't be because somebody slid in my lane." The reason that people think this was a diss on Kanye was because Ye had actually collabed with Lil.
This video, man, it was a moment. This honestly was a hit. But yeah, it was definitely a goofy ass song.
Pump and 6ix9ine the previous year, back when they were pretty hot. So he was basically saying Ye was clout chasing. The sneaker line was also pretty obviously targeted at Kanye, who was beefing with Drake. Kanye said to the New York Times a year prior, and it was this thing where it's like, okay, you're not the #1 rapper. Drake's the #1 rapper, but you're the #1 with shoes. Also, J. Cole's music video for his song Workout was taken off of YouTube because of a copyright issue, and if you didn't know, in that song he samples Kanye's The New Workout Plan. So
it's a sample of a sample, basically.
But obviously this led to some people speculating that the sample wasn't cleared, or that Kanye had something to do with the song being taken down. In 2020, amidst a Twitter rant from Kanye, he tweeted saying, "I need a public apology from J. Cole and Drake to start with immediately." Then things went quiet for a while, with Kanye and J. Cole seemingly on bad terms.
Why don't you read that
Until
part?
In 2022, when J. Cole posted a picture of the Kanye documentary with the caption, "Thank you for this at Kanye West. Grateful to have watched." Kanye reposted it saying, "That's love, family." In 2023, J. Cole even shouted out Kanye and asked him to clear a sample.
Shout out to Kanye West. Please clear the sample for me, my brother.
It seemed like everything was good, and the two artists were once again friends with each other. Until, of course, Kendrick Lamar dissed Drake and J. Cole.
Clear that sample. I know a lot of people don't like that record because it's one of his, like, one of Cole's, like, commercial records, and for some reason people don't like when he does that. But it was cool to me. Also because I like the original. So yeah, anytime I get to hear that instrumental is dope. But yeah, man, clear that shit.
On March 22nd of 2024, Future, Metro Boomin, and Kendrick Lamar
this day changed the course of hip-hop history.
Released the song Like That, and I'm sure most of you are aware of it, but because a bunch of dorks were upset with me for not going over every detail, here it is. On the song, most people figured that Kendrick was dissing just Drake, and that Cole was just catching a stray, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Clearly, as I discussed in a previous video, Drake and Kendrick Lamar have a long-standing beef with one another. So when Drake and J. Cole teamed up on First Person Shooter and said things like, "A lot of people debated my numeral, not the 3, not the 2, I'm the UNO," Kendrick may have felt some type of way towards Cole. Cole also said, "Love when they argue the hardest MC. Is it K. Dot, is it Aubrey or me? We the big 3 like we started a league, but right now I feel like Muhammad Ali, because Muhammad Ali's nickname was the greatest." Obviously, even though Cole showed love to Kendrick, he made the claim that he was better, and he also teamed up with Drake, someone who Kendrick does not like at all. On top of that, as I explained in the video that's on screen right now, Kendrick and Cole seem to have been sending subliminals at each other for a while. This is why on Like That, Kendrick said, "F sneak dissin', first person shooter, I hope they came with 3 switches, and mother F the big 3, it's just big me." He also had some lines a bit more direct for Cole, like when he said, "If you walk around with that stick, it ain't Andre 3K," which was clearly meant for Cole because of his song Stick, where he says, "I'll still treat a ride through the hood like a hike through the woods. Got a stick that I take with me." This of course prompted J. Cole to respond with the diss track 7-Minute Drill. This diss wasn't super well received by the community, as many people thought that J. Cole had some weak disses, and some people even thought that he didn't sound like he wanted to do it in the first place.
Why is Cole firing back at Kendrick with this pew 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 like synth trap beat? This does not sound hard, convincing, and even Cole's vocal delivery off the bat in the song is half-hearted and underwhelming. He clearly didn't want to do this.
Yeah, but I bet you his phone was ringing crazy, you know what I mean? Of people being like, "Yo, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You gotta say something, you gotta say something." And being that hip-hop, a lot of it is based on like competition, he probably felt like he had to. But obviously his heart wasn't in it, or maybe he just knew that Kendrick was not gonna, he was gonna be relentless, so why am I gonna get off the sinking ship, basically.
And they were right, as right after releasing the song, J. Cole apologized at a concert.
So I felt conflicted because I'm like, bro, I know I don't really feel no way, but the world want to see blood. I don't know if y'all can feel that, but the world want to see blood. So I say all of that to say, in my spirit of trying to like get this music out, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I moved in a way that I feel spiritually feel bad on me. Like I try to like jab my nigga back, and I try to keep it friendly. But at the end of the day, when I listen to it and when it comes out and I see the talk,
I mean, because you were basically shitting on Kendrick's albums that he only had one classic or whatever. When we all know, even he didn't believe that, you know?
Shit don't sit right with my spirit. That shit make me feel. That shit disrupts my fucking peace.
As you guys probably know, a lot of people were upset that J. Cole did this. People have been more forgiving lately as things have gotten crazier between Drake and Kendrick, but at the time, people were upset. And when I say upset, I mean upset. Like, some people were saying that his career was over, which definitely was
all the fall off jokes, just running amok.
A bit ridiculous. And seemingly so was Kanye. On April 19th, Kanye was rumored to have a remix of the song Like That, and the next day he previewed it on the Download
it's like
podcast.
No one cared.
While most of his verse was directed at Drake, he had a line for J. Cole that said, "Play J. Cole, get the pussy dry." On top of that, he also posted this meme. By this point, I felt pretty bad for J. Cole because he was just getting bullied by everyone. But Kanye expressed his reasoning for it on the Download podcast after previewing his song.
J. Cole apologized to Kendrick. Fuck all that pussy shit. Oh, all that shit. There you have it. Yo, all that shit, man, because it's like that nigga J. Cole went on tour with Drake. You know what it is. It's like, nigga, you can't run now. It's you also. All this like.
It's up for Cole too?
If you say Cole, you can't say up and Cole in the same sentence. And
oh,
shit. It's like, I don't listen to J. Cole, so I wouldn't even know. I just heard he had a song called False Idols and somebody told me
you gotta hear. You can't. You don't hear none of it, Kanye. Come on, man.
halfway about me, so it's like that, you know.
Wow. There you
Not
got
that
it,
it bothers
Since
you,
this
though.
track has come out, there's been no further comments from J. Cole or Kanye on their relationship. But after J. Cole recently entered his I Have No Enemies arc, it's likely that he won't respond to any of Kanye's antics, at least with a diss track. Some people, though, like Joe Budden for example, think that this is J. Cole's opportunity to get some points back with the public. Many people, like I said, viewed him in a negative light after apologizing to Kendrick. So Joe said that if Cole can destroy Ye in a beef, he'll win back over the public.
There is no better person than Kanye, the nigga that you been had smoke with. The nigga
Legitimate
been had
smoke.
smoke with your OG Hove, who's now on a record saying some shit about you. I know that you home with the sage, you saging yourself. I know that this beef is not in your spirit, but if you were to wake up one day in a different mood, now's the time.
Although on the flip side,
well, it would be a legitimate beef, you know. It wouldn't just be like him dissing somebody he considers a friend just for the sake of dissing him.
with how crazy the Drake versus Kendrick beef got, a lot of people have actually commended J. Cole for stepping out. So let me know what you think in the comments.
Yeah, man. Drake's career has been altered like crazy. His last 3 songs have not been received very well. Starting with his final diss, you know. And like it's actually gotten worse. Where now they're racking up like more dislikes than they are likes, which is a first, especially for somebody like Drake, who's always had just runaway success with everything, which is crazy. But as far as J. Cole's been throwing shots at Ye for a minute, and for Ye to say he doesn't hear none of that stuff, he at least acknowledged that he's heard these bars of like J. Cole has been shooting throughout the year. So I don't know how much of that is factual. But yeah, if J. Cole is gonna like beef with anybody, I think Ye would be the guy. He's already thrown shots at him, and it's already something that's been established, you know. But like he said, maybe him being on his peace sabbatical, he might not entertain this. Yeah, time will tell. Also, time will tell just on public opinion, because a few weeks ago, everyone was ready to be like, dude, Cole was done, you know. And public sentiment has kind of eased up a little bit. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Definitely hit the like button, subscribe. Comment if you guys have any recommendations, and I hope you guys love the video. I'll see you guys soon.